It's about Democrats who hate the Second Amendment and pretend to love it. That's what it's about. It's about Democrats who are trying to take guns from law-abiding Americans. That's what it's about. Don't tell me it's not about Democrats and Republicans. Oh, this is hard to listen to, but you've got to know it's happening because this time they have galvanized a group of teenagers. And these teenagers are willing to march on Washington. This big deal in the March on Washington with these kids is going to be huge. And it's going to be ugly. And it's going to be tough to stop the gun control legislation from happening after it. It really is. This time felt different from the very first. And it is. This is different. Even different than Sandy Hook. Because they found a group of willing kids to be taken advantage of by these scumbag Democrats, and they're absolutely everywhere now.
The adults in office have let us down, absolutely. And fortunately, we have a lot of support from the older generations here. But what we're trying to do here at March for Our Lives is say, the adult politicians have been playing around while my generation has been losing our lives.
Really? Have they been playing around? Have they been playing around? No. The adult politicians have not been playing around while you're losing your lives. That is not the case. What they're trying to do is stop it without setting fire to the United States Constitution and the rights that all Americans have and so many millions have fought and died for. That's what they've been doing. Trying to stop the tide. Oh, this is... As I told you, it's agonizing.
If you see how they treat each other in the office, if you see the nasty, dirty things going on with them, it's sad to think that that's what they're doing while 17 people are being slaughtered and gunned down only yards away from where we're sitting right now. And
powerful.
March for Our Lives has support from everybody. And at the end of the day, this isn't a red and blue thing. This isn't Democrats and Republicans.
See, that's their battle cry. It's not a red and blue thing. It's not Democrats and Republicans. Okay, you're 16 years old. Don't try to shop that on me, please. Don't do that to me. I'm not 17. Okay, I'm not 14. I understand what you're doing, and I know that you're being used. You're being used. Certainly, they can't see that.
This is about everybody and how we are begging for our lives and we are getting support, but we need to make real change here, and that's exactly what we're going to do.
So, Emma, what is the plan? You say you want to spark a national movement. It's one thing to talk about it. It's another thing to actually make it happen. What are you going to do?
Well, what we have set up right now, we have a website, March for Our Lives. We're going to be doing a march in March on Washington where we get students all over the country are going to be joining us. These kids are going to make this difference because the adults let us down. And at this point, I don't even know if the adults in power who are funded by the NRA, I don't even think we need them anymore because they're going to be gone by midterm election.
Okay.
There's barely any time for them to save their skins, and if they don't turn around right now and state their open support for this movement, they're going to be left behind.
Okay, so even if they have a different idea on how to stop this, they've got to state their support for this movement. I see, okay. Right, because again, it's not about red and blue, it's about, and it's not about Republicans and Democrats. It's just about stopping the slaughter. That's all it's about. It's just about common sense. That's what it's about.
At this point, I don't even know if the adults in power who are funded by the NRA, I don't even think we need them anymore because they're going to be gone by midterm election.
Going to be gone.
There's barely any time for them to save their skins. And if they don't turn around right now and state their open support for this movement, then they're going to be left behind because you are either with us or against us at this point.
When George Bush said that, it was one of the worst things of all time to the Democrats. Wait a minute, you're with us or against us? That is extremist rhetoric. You're either with us or against us?
Giving a lot of the politicians that we feel neglected by a clean slate. because that's the past.
That's big of you.
And we understand that.
Okay.
But
that's big
from here on, we are creating a badge of shame for any politicians who are accepting money from the NRA. It is a special interest group that has...
Is it?
Most certainly not our best interests in mind.
Right.
This cannot be the normal. This can be changed, and it will be changed. And anybody who tells you that it can't is buying into the facade that's being created by the people who have our blood on their hands.
Okay, and listen to him, because he's 16 years old. Right? I mean, isn't that what I'm being told here? Because he's been through a tragedy, and he's 16 years old. He knows better than I do. I'm sorry, this pisses me off. I can't even take it. I can't even take this. To be lectured to by these high school students is more than I can stand. Wow.
Even when you think about the nasty, dirty things
that they're doing in the office?
offices?
Yeah, even when I think about that.
Okay,